Michael in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, has a bit of a cynical question. But Michael, I'm going to take your question anyway. Since demons are highly intelligent, isn't all this deliverance stuff a big lie with demons pretending to go to the pit? Isn't this a distraction from preaching the gospel? Michael, I can almost nail what kind of preachers and teachers you've been listening to, what kind of church you go to, and the theological construct that you live by asking that question. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, sir, and suggest that maybe there's some sincerity in it, and you're not just a cynic. All right, demons are liars. We know that. Satan is a liar. But he doesn't always lie, and demons don't always lie. I think the underlying sense of what you're saying here is that there's nothing to deliverance. It's all a sham, it's all a pretense, and ultimately it's taking us away from the gospel. So let's deal with that first, Michael. What is the gospel? You see, I think you're probably part of the camp that thinks the gospel is just getting people saved. Really? Is that the good news? Just salvation? Sir, that's not biblical. It's not what the Bible teaches. In fact, when it tells us to go into the world and preach the gospel to every creature, it says, these signs shall follow those who believe. And the first sign is not that they're born again, it's that in my name you will cast out demons. Now let's be honest, sir. If you look at the synoptic gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, you'll find about a third of all the chapters have something to do with Satan, demons, and the supernatural. There are 5 major exorcisms in the New Testament, discussed in Matthew, Mark, and Luke, in detail. When Jesus sent out the 2, when he sent out the 12, when he sent out the 70, what did he tell them to do? Cast out demons. In fact, he told them to cast out demons before he told them to preach the gospel. So deliverance is part of the gospel. You can't separate it, sir. You want to separate it. It's convenient to separate it because then you don't have to deal with the reality that there are hurting, spiritually bound people living in torment. And if you don't believe in deliverance, you have nothing to offer those people. Oh, I know you could get them saved. Really? Let me tell you something. Some of these people find it very difficult to come to the Lord. They're so tormented. And the thing that draws them to Christ is deliverance. Many times I've had non-believers come to me for help for demonic problems. And in the process of getting them free, they see the reality of Christ's power and they turn to the Lord. I'm talking about people who would not normally want to become a Christian because of their background. Deliverance is the gospel, and the gospel is deliverance. It's all part of it. Jesus told us to cast out demons. How are you going to get around that? You can't just say it was for the disciples. If it was only for them or for the apostolic age, at what particular time, what year, what hour, what minute, what second did that actually cease? The cessationist idea that it's not part of the gospel is simply a fallacy. Now, is it all a big lie? This idea of demons going to the pit, of leaving individuals. You know, sir, I've done many thousands of documented cases of exorcism. There are people all over this planet, by the thousands. They used to be drug addicts. They're free. They were addicted to pornography. They're free. Their marriages were falling apart. Their wives were being beaten. They're godly men today. There are people involved in all types of sexual perversion and sin. They're walking in liberty and purity today because they got delivered from their demons. There are people who were on their way to kill themselves who are alive today. There are people who were prostitutes, drug dealers, criminals, who got delivered from their demons and got saved, and now are productive citizens, are witnesses for Christ. Can you truly discount All of that? Can you say it's all a sham? There's nothing to any of it? That's just simply intellectually dishonest. Watch our YouTube channel. Perhaps you already have. Take off the blinders. Look at it with an open heart. These are real people. Real faces, real names, real places. The press has followed me, has talked to them. Some of the most hard-nosed journalists in the world have been there, seen it, interviewed them. They did backstories. They looked into their family. They talked to friends. They validated what happened. You can't dismiss it quite so easily. It's real. It's happening. And I, sir, am just doing what Jesus did and what he told his followers to do. The most frequent demon that I deal with is the spirit of Jezebel, the most prevalent evil spirit of our age. This demon wants to destroy your health, your finances, your marriage, your family, and your church. Learn the tactics of Jezebel throughout history and in the time in which we live. My book, Jezebel, Defeating Your Number One Spiritual Enemy, is your key to overcoming this demon, which is more prevalent than at any time in human history. Get your copy today. Jezebel, Defeating Your Number One Spiritual Enemy.
He took the curses away from me. Was he Bob Larson? Because he can help you.
If your life isn't all that it should be, if relationships aren't working, if your health, your finances, or your spiritual life are unhappy, schedule a personal one-on-one encounter with me. We'll get to the root of the issues that are holding you back. We'll give you answers and a whole new direction in life.
Oh, what a change, what a difference when you have an encounter with God.
Take action. I look forward to seeing you soon.
We encourage your support for this worldwide outreach to do what Jesus did. For the latest information on resources, seminars, conferences, training institutes, retreats, and international missions, go to boblarson.org. Thank you for your prayers and financial partnership.